Everybody, welcome back to Contest of Speed Tier 2. My name is Dan, I'll be your commentator for this evening. Sat alongside me as always is Matt.
Good evening, Danny. Good evening.
Hello, lovely people. We're starting bang on time tonight.
Oh,
It's good stuff.
and 19 drivers as well.
Oh, isn't it amazing? Tier 2.
Unauthorised absence.
Oh,
Perfect.
joy of joys. So, as you can see from the screen, we are heading to Silverstone for round 4 of this Season 5 for Contest of Speed. Matt and myself were in action last night in the Tier 3 race, which you can watch over on our YouTube channel if you want to catch up on that. If not, we know why you're here. You're looking forward to Tier 2 tearing it up on the tarmac here at Silverstone. Got Claudio in the chat already. First man on the comments, good man. It's nice to see you with us.
For those that don't know, it's a quick turnaround because we obviously finished Season 4 here at Silverstone in our mixed up calendar that we did.
We did indeed.
4 races ago. Quick turnaround and we're back again.
Yeah, Pure Blades provided support to the Red Bull garage. He's in the chat. And we're kicking off nicely. 5 years straight off the bat. That's what we love to see. So the one man missing tonight, Mineric in the Red Bull. He's our authorised absence. Everybody else is here, present and accounted for. The two-spell wizard in the McLaren. He is under the weather. He is driving with illness, so we may see him vacate.
No sympathy whatsoever.
Oh no, nothing like that. But I'm saying we might see him vacate as we head through the evening's proceedings. Information from the Red Bull garage says that it's the exact opposite of last night's race. So it's a dry start, we'll then go to light rain and finish with heavy rain. Ooh.
I thought last night we saw the driver's skill in terms of strategy and setup.
Yeah.
That came out a bit more last night.
I'll be honest, I'm a little bit upset still with it, but
I mean, yeah, I don't want to. You know my opinion of last night.
Mhm.
It could have been so much better for the Alphas.
Yeah.
And yes, the
Someone
safety car was very little.
decided to crash and bring out a safety car and knacker your second place and my 10-second lead.
Anyway, we don't hold a grudge. We'll move on
No,
to tonight's action.
it's fine. Yeah. Thomas in the Ferrari, first man out on track. Crowan is the next man out, and he's only just left the pit lane. So, deliberation over strategies going on.
There's going to be a lot of in and ahhing.
There certainly is.
Do I go where? Do I just go for the dry setup and just extend the lead early on as quick as I can?
Yeah. And while Thomas comes down the hangar straight, I've just remembered I haven't tweaked the audio properly yet, so I shall do that now. Yeah, just to adjust the audio mix so we can hear the cars properly.
Have the conditions we had last night than what they're going to get, because I think going from wet to dry is easier than dry to wet.
I would agree with you. I think going from dry to wet poses a lot more difficulty in terms of the strategy, because someone going on a wet setup last night, as we did, you can build. Well, yeah, we both went hybrid, but I think we started off from wets, right? Or did you start from dry?
I started on a hybrid setup, which then I can move to a dry setup towards the end.
Now, you see, you went more dry than wet. I went more wet than dry.
Yeah,
so between us,
I went with a 7 rear wing, mate.
we had the whole bases covered. So
Pretty much.
yeah, so these guys will be trying to find the setup that works for them, both in the dry and the wet. They might have done some running to aid that. I doubt it. So
I think quite a few people are happy it's raining tonight.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Charlie's definitely happy. He wanted rain. I said, well, it's
Yeah.
tier 2.
It's always possible.
It's always going to rain.
Yeah, Dan wants rain as well, doesn't he?
Yes, he said he'd be quite happy.
Yeah.
I
So
won't say what else he said, but he said
No,
if someone's
he'll-
going to make contact or...
yeah, he'll lynch you if you give away any secrets. Who else is quick in the wet? Jamie's quite quick in the wet. Thomas, we've seen before, quick in all conditions. Donamo, of course.
Yeah. The rain specialist.
Yeah, Dracer as well.
So Donamo will definitely go on the wet setup.
Yeah, he will.
They had rain last week as well.
Yep, Thomas first man across, 27.2. That seems a very dry setup time to me.
I expect these guys more to dip into the 26s.
Yeah.
I think Tier 3 yesterday we struggled to get it. I think it was just Titch that got into 26, 9 or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was. So let's move on then now to Eloise Mark in the Toro Rosso. Coming onto the hanger straight on his first flying lap, 1:04.0 his second split time.
Still finding his way in the tier. Obviously a new driver for the season, but I think he's done okay.
He's doing alright, isn't he? Had some hit and miss performances done. 28.2 as he crosses the line, tucks into third behind Crowan. Here comes Mark though through the final corner and across the line, puts himself in third, knocks down back down.
Yes, the track limits.
Yes.
Who's been paying attention this week in the announcements Discord chat? Show.
So the main ones we're going to be looking at are Cops and Stowe. Less so Cops, more Stowe corner, I think. Down the end of the hanger straight.
Because if you're on right at Stowe, if you get on, at Cops, if you get on that curve in the wrong angle, it will spit you back out.
Yeah. As I found out to my cost in years gone by, and I'm sure many others will have as well. Donamo taking a little bit too much curb through Beckett's there, but he is at least half a second up on where we saw Mark, so he's going to be in the mid-27s at the moment, assuming his first sector was good, and there's nothing untoward happening through the final few corners.
A couple of weird tyre choices. Jay Prentice and Paxton are both out on harms.
They'll just be putting laps in, won't they? Donamo goes third, 27.7. Arbar takes provisional pole, 27.2 from him. Let's go across to... Let's see what Faxon can do on these tyres. He's not pushing, actually. I don't think he has, you know. I think he's just backed out of the lap.
He hasn't validated, I haven't got the red yet.
Oh, have you? Ah, okay. So let's go to his teammate then behind him, who is... It's just gone past him, I think, hasn't he? Or is he coming up behind him? No, he's coming up behind him. Could have timed that a little bit better, the pair of them, maybe given one of them a tow, but we'll wait and see. The time that Dracer can put down will be indicative of what setup he's running.
It's going to be a 27.
27.2 puts himself into second. Let's have a look at our championship leader then, Thomas.
Nope,
yeah.
I think that was the story of last night as well, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. His teammate though, Lewis, he's just started a lap. Those of you who tuned in last night will have seen, or heard rather, Lewis and Thomas on commentary.
The commentary team.
We'll ride on board with Lewis through the old section of the track into Loffield. Taking a wider entry, but allows it to get the power down sooner and straighten the car up earlier as we head through onto the old start finish straight and down towards Cops. And now into the quick left right of Maggots and Beckett's. Bit of a twitch on the exit, but he catches it well.
Nice to see we've got some pole position predictions.
Yeah.
Low 26s. I think that's going to be a little bit tricky for those guys.
We'll see. Lewis puts himself into P5, 27.5 for him in what is currently the lead Mercedes. Let's have a look at...
just about to finish his lap. No ERS left, and he goes to...
Oh, two spell wide on the exit of Beckett's. Takes a chunk of grass with him, and that's his lap gone. We just caught it. Just about caught him. Let's go to...
I've heard that rumour as well. Wisey Boy apparently has very good pace.
Yeah. He is on an outlap, so let's ride with him.
Yeah, finished 4th last year in Tier 2, so... Very strong.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, he probably would have been 3rd, but Matrix was an absolute freak that
yeah.
night.
Yeah, he was. And let's be honest, he also took out 3 weeks to go and watch some boxing match in LA.
Yeah, I heard about that as well.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing.
It's only a minor thing, wasn't it? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing major. No, not one of the biggest internet events of the century or anything, no. Or ever. Nah. Anyway, Wisey Boy, we'll ride on board then. 1 full lap of Silverstone will get rid of all that nonsense, so we can have a nice clean view of everything going on ahead of us into the new section of the track. I say new, it's not really new anymore, is it?
No, we've been around since 2010.
Yeah.
The new style circuit.
But do you know, did they keep the old styles so that they could do alternative races, or did they just put all the paddock stuff on there?
They've put all the fan zone and
Yeah,
stuff like that. So if
Fair
you want
play.
to walk up to Village and sit in that grandstand, you go past the bridge. You can actually walk on the old track, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Some maggots and Beckett's. Oh, it looks good. It looks tidy through there, it looks quick.
Two provisional pole.
Okay, we've got Wisey Boy coming through into Stowe. It's a lot of curve on entry, gets away with it. Into Vale. Great drive from Wisey Boy, let's see what he can do. Puts himself into P5.
Oh, it's just coming up to the back of the Renault, who I think was giving a little bit of a tow. Possibly.
That's Don Arbo ahead of him.
Yeah.
As one Thomas puts it on pole, the other one taketh it away. 3,000ths of a second between them.
Only goes to P11. Surprising. A few guys that need to set laps.
Let's have a look then. So, JS302, thank you for following. LR McCrew, thank you for following. Hope you enjoy yourselves while you're here.
I just want to add also thank you to everyone that followed on last night's stream. I watched it back last night. I saw like at least 5 or 6 of you follow, so thank you very much for doing that.
All your support is greatly appreciated. If you are new in the stream, watching for the first time, and you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the follow button on Twitch. And if you really enjoy it and you want to support us more, you can head over to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/contest of speed. What's happened?
No, it's alright, Crow. Just get out of the way. It looks like you just dropped it.
Fair play. Yeah, youtube.com/contest of speed. And you can head over and follow us on Twitter as well. That's at cos_f1.
Thomas gets out of the way. Dan is charging through.
We've got Alba, who's invalidated a lap. He's 1.3 down now, so he must have done that early on. Crowan as well, heading his way back to the pits.
7.5 puts him P9.
Yeah, and that's his first lap on the soft tyre.
Softs, yeah, there's a few guys that still haven't done that. Jay Prentice, Faxon's Roger's not set a lap time, so we were literally chatting to him about 15 minutes ago and he was fine and he was here. But...
He might have invalidated so far, I'm not sure.
No one's got a quality banner or anything, which is good.
Varamir, weather for the race. is dry start, then moving to light rain and finishing with heavy rain. Basically the opposite of yesterday.
I think the wizard needs to be ill more often because he just put himself on pole.
Yeah, but has he gone with a dry setup? That's the question.
We'll find out. I think it was quite evident early doors who went with a dry setup and who went with a hybrid.
Let's see, we've got a poor connection for Charlie in front. Lewis will be bricking it here. He is up on his time at the moment, but does not want to get caught and lose time behind the Toro Rosso.
Charlie's trying to push though.
And Lewis has bailed out.
Yeah, Charlie was on the
Oh dear, Lewis. Oh, he caught you.
He's charging like a madman.
He certainly is.
Yeah, it's in all fairness to Charlie was on a lap and he was seeing if you go quick with him, so.
Yeah, that's fair play then. Let's jump to Faxland. He's out again on the hard tyre.
Just gotta go now, I'm worried. I'm getting worried for him.
Don't forget, we might be a little bit behind.
We are... No, we're not behind. They'll be behind. The string's always behind, isn't it? I know we're behind as well. My bad. I'm shutting up. It's not much though, it's like 15 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
As Trace is just finishing off his lap, he's seeing if he can improve.
So I'm on board with his teammate at the moment as he comes up towards Maggots and Beckett's.
Oh! He's just about kept it pointing in the same direction.
Oh, Faxland's gone! At Beckett's!
Oh, the first one to go. And he's not out either.
No, he managed to hit it square.
On the hards though, I just don't understand why he's...
Maybe he wants to start at the back. If the rain's coming at sort of that middle period of the race, then you'd want to start on the mediums. Starting right at the back might not be a bad thing. Rosa is on a lap though, he's on his out lap. According to Blades, we're around 35 to 40 seconds behind.
Cheers, Jeff.
In terms of the timer, oh, ahead rather, in terms of the timer, so we're actually around 2 minutes to go now.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
And as you can see, they're all exiting quickly.
Yeah.
So we know Drace is done then, so Drace is not, we're not going to see any more from him. And we're not going to see any more from Mark. Well, if we are, it's going to be this, that, but he's got traffic in front.
We've got Alp in the chat. He's rooting for Slater, who at the moment P8, not really what he'd be wanting.
Maybe he's gone more for a wet setup.
Maybe, yeah. Has Two Spell ever had pole? Varamir's asking in the chat. I think he has. Titchy confirms, no, he hasn't.
Did he not?
No. But here comes Rosa to start his lap.
He's definitely on the front row.
Yeah, he has. This could be momentous then. The first pole position for the Two-Spell Wizard is on right now, but he has literally everybody else, apart from Charlie and Faxland, out on a lap.
Yep.
Big Slater's disconnected.
That's going to be a quick turnaround to see if he can get back in time.
Yeah.
Mark is just finishing his lap. Thomas is behind. Thomas was up again. Mark improves tonight. Thomas reclaims pole.
We're still on board with Rosa at the moment on his one and only run. He is on the he's on the softs even. He is on the softs. Oh, runs a little bit wide at Cops. I think he got away with it though.
Oh, I was marginally down. He's just lost a bit of time. Can he jump Thomas in the Mercedes? That's probably going to be more likely.
But Thomas does still have a lap in the bank as well to try and get back ahead. Varamir cheering on his teammates there.
Goes ahead.
Arbar takes third, drops Thomas to fourth. Rosa now, final.
He's run wide
oh, Here comes Rosa though, final corner, puts himself P7. Let's jump across to his teammate, Don Armo.
Jamie's bailed out, Mark's bailed out as well, Wisey Boys. Lewis improves to 8th.
Yeah, that's Jamie down. Wisey Boy, marginally down on his first sector.
Roland has invalidated by the looks of things.
Wisey Boy giving that car everything it's got. And he's clawed back a 10th, he's now 1/10 up. That could bump him up to 7th ahead of Rosa. This needs a good final sector.
Oh, Mark has hit the pit. Like entry.
Yeah, there's a queue of cars there at the pit entry. Here comes Wisey Boy. Puts himself 5th. Managed to get a quarter of a second off. And that'll do it. He's the last man to cross the line. So Thomas then takes his first pole position in Tier 2 with the 2-spell Wizard 2/10ths back from him. Arbar rounds off the front 3 with Thomas, or the other Thomas I should say, in the Mercedes in 4th place after invalidating his final run. Wisey Boy in P5 after some early signs of good pace according to our chat here, and he's proven that with a solid qualifying performance. Donamo in 6th, Tracer in 7th, Rosa in 8th on essentially a one-shot lap. Lewis or Racer in 9th in the other Mercedes. Jamie in 10th. Those guys will have to start on the soft tyre. Everyone outside the top 10, so that's Mark in 11th, Dan Robbo 12th, Big Slater 13th if he can rejoin, Crowan in 14th, Profodes, or as we call him, Il Capitano or Roland in P15, Fall in 16th, Charlie 17th, Jay Prentice in 18th, and Faxland having not managed to set a time after losing it on that last run he managed, will start at the back in P19. Let's get all your predictions in.
Had a DRS failure.
Ah, especially around here, that's going to cost you a lot.
Which is right, because sort of go down, hang straight and head nothing. So
yeah, that's going to cost him around half a second, isn't it, around this track in these conditions? Which is a real shame. Thomas lost it coming out of Beckett's as well, he said, as well as invalidating it, or running wide at Cops. So he must have kept pushing, maybe trying to get round for another run.
So I would say Slater's a little bit out of position where we normally see him.
Yeah. Prediction from Alp is Slater, Thomas, away we go, and Wisey Boy for the podium. So while we're waiting for these guys to load in, get your predictions into the chat, everybody. Slater needs an invite from someone, if there's anyone listening. If they can do him a favour, and he needs to be before someone presses X.
Don't press the X button. Don't press it. No,
don't do it. You're all good. Normally, don't do it. No, we can't because we're spectating. It needs to be one of the drivers.
Someone invite him, please.
Hopefully we can get him back in.
Do not press the button.
So while we're waiting for these guys to get Slater back in the lobby and for the guys to start the race, Faxland, no! It gives me a chance to plug our merch store. If you head to contestofspeed.live/merch, you can have a look through some of the items we've got on sale if you want to support us further. All money goes back into the league, so anything you take a fancy to and are happy to purchase, we are very...
He's back!
Slater's
He's
in.
With 10 seconds to go!
He's in! Oh. Can he get in the car though? That's the question.
Please. Yes, he is. He's in. He's in somewhere. Must be.
There's 19 cars.
Yeah, it's 19 cars. I can't see his name though.
I can't either. Is there a mission? 13th is missing. He's not made it. Oh no. That's gutting. That is absolutely gutting.
I was looking forward to this charge through the field.
According to Titch, he should still be able to join his car. I don't know, Titch. I think the session started now. We'll just have to hope that his car appears on the grid for the start of the race.
We can't exactly do anything.
No, I hope it doesn't. I don't think. We'll jump back and have a look. If we go to down in P12.
I can't see it.
No, there's no ghost car in between the two there. We've got reports from McLaren and from Red Bull. Rain is falling already. We can confirm that on stream. You can see over the top of the halo there of Crowan. The rain is coming down, so maybe those on wet setups near the back have made a better choice, and the ones in the outside the top 10 on the soft tyres, we can see on the left hand side of the screen there, have made the right call as well. So top 10 of course all have to start on the soft tyre. They'll be thankful for this early rain. And then outside the top 10 we've got Mark and Dan Robbo on the soft tyre, Crowan on the mediums, then Profodes and Fallen also on softs. And then bringing up the back, it's Charlie, Prentice and Faxland on the mediums.
Now, the problem, and I'm always going to mention it because it happened in a race and no one went onto the wets. Brazil, last season, it rained, light rain for ages.
Yeah.
Actually, also it did in Russia as well, but I mean, you didn't change it to the local inters until like ages away, so... I would say the medium guys are massively...
They're not going to be massively disadvantaged, but as the track cools, the soft tyres are going to gain at their advantage. So let's get ready then. 3, 4, 5 lights. We're going to get a glitch, but it gives me a chance to change the camera angle. And we are... go at Silverstone. It's a good start from Thomas and from Two Spell. Arbar's going to challenge around the outside into turn 1, but the Wizard's going to say no to that. Moving down the field, Dracer's up to P6 already. Let's have a look at the position changes. Him and Don Armo battling for position. Fallen's up 3 spots from the start. Jay Prentice up 2. It's all action further down the field, but at the front then, Thomas is pulling away, but it's going to be the Wizard defending from Arbar as they head down the Wellington Straight for the first time.
Oh, Jamie's gone so wide on the grass.
Arbar has a look, but the Wizard closes the door. Runs deep into Luffield, but he'll get the drive on the exit. Arbar had a sniff up the inside, but there's not going to be any room there.
Further down, we all made it through and we're all fairly clean.
Faxland and Crowan at the back of the grid going side by side, as are Fallen and Mark, but Mark's got ahead. Oh, Faxland forces Crowan wide on the entrance to Cops there. That's dangerous. That is dangerous. Crowan's kept his he's kept his car in check.
So as we expected, medium runners up, fell to the back straight away. No one really jumping up places or losing places. Fallen, big movers, but everyone's pretty much stayed the same, which is surprising.
Yeah, because everyone everyone before.
Oh, big crash! We've got Rosa's round, Lewis is round, Dracer's round as well. He's just spinning 360.
And we've got no wing damage on the Renault of Rosa, so that should be fine. Lewis in the Mercedes, he's all good as well.
Oh, Faxon's gone.
He's gone spectacularly as well. Where's that? Turn 2, isn't it?
Turn 2. It was very close between another car, but I have the worst camera angle in the world, so I can't tell you anything.
Yeah, I swapped to him when I was on board. That penalty, he can get himself removed after the race, because there's nothing he can do there. Yeah, there's nothing he can do about that. Both Hasses then struggling early on. Dracer had a mix-up in there as well. He's down 10 places from the start. Meanwhile, we head back to the top. Thomas in P4 dropping back from the leaders. Over a second now. He's outside the DRS train, which tells me wet setup on that Mercedes.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me.
Arbar though, he's going to be hassling two spell, if not this lap, next time round once the DRS is active, and then he'll chase down Thomas in the Ferrari for the lead. Arbar, we know, a man who gives everything at every possible opportunity. If he spots a gap, he will go for it. Field's starting to spread out nicely. The main battle is probably going to be this one for second place.
Fruit's confirmed it's wet setup on the Mercs.
On both Mercs.
Sounds of things. That's my intel I've been provided.
So let's keep an eye then on what happens with them as the track gets wetter.
There's a little bit of wing damage further down the field from certain individuals, but
see if you can spot anybody as we go on through. Donamo and Wisey Boy close together in the battle for fifth, and Fallen and Mark still going at it. Fallen's going to get the position though.
cut him off, yeah.
Good job from Fallen.
Mark's struggling. He was right on the back of the down early doors and they were both battling for position. He's just falling away a little.
Maybe Mark looking either at another wet setup or at a very, very dry one, and is going to struggle in these intermediate conditions. Jamie doing a good job so far, up 3 places into 7th. And Arbar right on the back of the Wizard. Pulls to the outside for Stowe. That could be a mistake. Wizard left the inside door open.
Maybe better drive underneath.
No, not quite. Two spell closes it off well. Possibly a move into Vale. No, Arbar's going to stick behind for another lap. All this though is allowing Thomas behind them to close that gap back up, get himself within DRS range again, and in with a shout of challenging for the win. Wisey Boy dropping away 2 seconds behind that Mercedes. He's now the head of the train.
Yeah, we've got a nice gap down to as well. Top 8 slightly pulling away.
We've got Donamo as well. He's going to be challenging Wisey Boy, but the one I want to watch is going to be Donamo as he chases down the Wizard. And speaking of, the Wizard's going to chase down Thomas as well. The rain coming down slightly heavier now. We can see it more clearly. We jump back to Donamo. Goes to the outside of Wisey Boy. Holds it round the outside. Great move from Donamo. The wetter these tracks get, the better he'll become. We don't need to speculate about what setup he's running. It will be dry. It will be wet even. It will be full wet.
Loves the wet setup.
He does. And he's got himself ahead of Wisey Boy. The track coming to the wet runners now. Thomas back in touching distance. Let's ride on board with Arbar. Can he hold it to him?
Spin on Wisey Boy's round. Cops.
Yep, Wisey Boy round at Cops. Could this be...
What, Jamie's very lucky that he didn't T-bone him.
Is that a new underpants moment?
Possibly.
Good stuff. Arbar. It's a DRS train though with the Wizard. He's not going to have the room. Goes outside again. Oh, Arbar catches it just. Loses ground on the Wizard. And Dan Robbo now, P7, closing in on Jamie ahead of him. Obviously for clear reasons, with Wisey Boy spinning out there. He's got himself back on track though. He's in P13. Looking very tentative, some of these guys. Yeah. And that slip from...
Fallen actually.
Yeah, that slip from Arbar has allowed Thomas to be within striking distance. I don't think he'll quite get it done with the DRS train that there is ahead of them.
Faxton has gone to intermediates.
He's gone early. Okay, let's keep an eye on that delta time. I don't think it's wet enough yet.
No, but I think for where he was, it's worth a shot. He's just got to stick by. Well, he's dropping away, but...
Well, this is the thing, we saw how fast the track dried out yesterday once the heavy rain stopped, and then again once the light rain eased. I think this, along with many other tracks, is one of those where the drainage is really good, so getting the track wet is actually going to be quite difficult.
Oh, who's that got wide? Wisey Boy wide again, struggling with cops.
Has he got any damage that we can see?
No visual damage.
Oh, battle for the lead. 3 cars very close together. We could potentially get a 3-wide situation. The Wizard's gone for it up the inside, and the Wizard's gone! The Wizard's gone! He's kept it out of the wall though, but he's now out of the battle for the lead for the time being.
Jamie's gone past, Dan's gone past, Fallen's the next one, closing in.
Fallen will be too far back to go for the move there, but that then...
I don't know, though.
That is a reprieve for Thomas.
He's going to have him. He's going to have him to turn one.
Fallen, yeah.
Fallen, Wizard, side by side. Jamie's
Wizard,
already got 3 seconds.
Wizard struggling now. Those tyres will be very warm at the rear, and they will be dirty from his trip across the grass.
Yeah, Mark, next one up.
I think Wizard should be okay. He'll have DRS and a nice long run to clean them off.
Last for the lead. It's all about it.
Not quite. He'll get him down the hanger straight, I think. That's where he'll go for it. He's managed to pull away from Thomas as well.
I've noticed a couple of these guys under-fueled.
Yeah.
Arbar
looking...
and Wizard at the moment.
He's squirming under acceleration there, coming out of love field. From the weather report we had early on, I think these guys will have been expecting the rain to come a lot later than this.
I also think they were hoping, as it was raining to start, they've probably been in by now, but they're still out there.
Yeah. About DRS Otten, 6.5 tenths. Let's see what he can make up. And you can see they're coming around to lap Faxland already. Going to Inters this early was not the right decision.
Lost 12 seconds in 2 laps.
Yeah. And Arbar's coming in.
Arbar's coming in.
Arbar is coming in.
That is very brave.
We've got Jamie in behind him.
Jamie's got 5 seconds and a corner cut penalty so far in 7 laps.
Yeah. So Arbar now, what's he going for? Is it going to be Inters? There's Inters ready for Jamie, and Donamo is in for, yep, Inters.
Yellow flag, sector 1.
We've got a spinner, and it's, I think, is it Wisey Boy again?
No, it can't be.
Check print.
You got to keep moving. I know you're trying to fade the blue flag, so it's going to DQ you.
There was definitely a spinner in there somewhere.
There was somewhere.
Meanwhile, though, now
no, I think it was Faxon letting people through.
Oh yeah, no, good call. So then, with that, the battle for the lead has sort of stagnated slightly. Wizard spin and Arbar's pit stop. We'll keep an eye on the deltas. Arbar at the moment holding pace, so he might have pulled this off.
Next person under threat is Rosa and Wiseboy.
Yeah, I think you're right. Thomas too far back to make a move on his namesakes into Stowe. The Ferrari much quicker in a straight line. The gap not really closing, and they had DRS there.
He can get a good run though. Rosa got a better run.
Here comes Wisey Boy. Fallen's managed to get ahead of Two-Spell again. And we've got Donamo in.
Oh, and they raced into the pit lane as well. So Donamo's in, Dan is in.
Wisey Boy's coming in. They're all coming in.
Jake Ridley's 5 seconds as well. There's a lot of 5 seconds being thrown around.
Yeah, now the ones I'm concerned about are the 2 leaders, the 2 Thomases, because both of those could have come in there.
Dan's been held in the pitch, so he's going to lose out to Dynamo.
I think there'll be a lot of guys getting held in the pits, if I'm honest.
So Dan's lost 1 place to Dynamo. Wizard is lost. Oh, the Wizard. That was a horrible pit stop for the Wizard.
Yeah, it's been unfortunate for the Wizard. Let's jump back up to our 2 race leaders then. First and second place, Ferrari versus Mercedes. How many times have we seen that over the last 5 years? Not that often, to be brutally honest.
Arbar's got front wing damage.
Oh no, not straight out of the pits.
Yeah, he is. Left hand side. I think he's had a. Dynamo was right next to him, and I think they were racing on the exit. Arbar's got heavy front wing damage left hand side.
Yeah, I want to. That's the wrong side for it to be on. It's Dynamo.
Yes, it is.
That's the.
I think they've had to come in together.
I would agree with you. I just want to know how.
Look at this. Jamie's got a horrible exit. Arbar and Dan are both.
Meanwhile, we could see a change of leader. Not quite. Thomas not close enough. We'll see those.
How much are these guys going to lose? Well, Oh, Dan's got to be ever so careful. Got to treat that Williams like a back end of a donkey. He's got no downforce now.
Yeah, he will get DRS though. It's not been disabled just yet. The two leaders are in.
Dino is slowly
As
gaining.
is Rosa. Roland has continued.
Good man.
So when have we said this? Profores leads the Grand Prix.
Where's Dynamo? I think both Thomases may get away with this.
Both Thomases are gonna be out in front. Whether Away We Go keeps it is another matter.
Rosa's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's so far now.
Yeah, he's going to be right at the back, isn't he? He's going to come out just behind Lewis, which...
We've got the Jamie train.
Yeah, got the Jamie train. And Ferrari Thomas has managed to gain some time in the pits there, around half a second.
Lewis and Ethan side by side. Still going side by side. To get moved down.
Yep, he does. TRS assisted. But Lewis is going to come fighting back. Well, let's have a look though. The interval at the moment, the gap to the leader. If he pits now, it's a very long pit stop here. It's around 32 seconds, I think.
Now cuts to the inside. Got a terrible run through.
And that's... Oh, Lewis runs wide at Cops. Our net leader has just got himself a time penalty.
I'll tell you what, this is...
And
there's going to be a move here.
Roland's in. Who with?
It's going to be the Williams and the Red Bull.
And Dan chops across. Takes too much curb though. And Fallen's going to get him on the exit. Takes the wider line, the karting line, which will then turn into the inside. Had the drive. Dan swoops it round. And will hold it there.
Got a yellow flag, and I think that is once again Faxon getting out of the way of the people.
Roland has pitted. He's going to come out behind his teammate and maybe even lose some more ground. But if he hasn't, no. I think Roland's made some good time there.
Oh, really?
I'll be honest. I think Faxon's race has gone from bad to worse. Bless. Alba really struggling for traction. Gap ahead is over a second. We could see a move here. We might see a double move here. Let's ride on board with Fallen. Faxland is stationary at turn 1.
Waiting for it. You keep an eye on the action.
Yeah.
Once the boys come past Rosa.
We've got a spun Renault. And that's Rosa round at the... I can't remember the name of the corner at the end of the Wellington Straight. Is it Bridge?
Woodcote?
Woodcote Bridge.
No, it's one after.
Yeah. It's what used to be Bridge. I think. I'm sure. Brooklands, thank you, Alp.
There we go. Oh, back for the lead. Maybe not. Maybe yes.
Not quite.
Both go out of shape. Dan goes up. Oh, this is going to be a bit tasty. Oh, I was going to hang it. We'll try to hang it on the inside. Dan goes around the outside.
I've got a shocking view of this, but...
Right. Oh, maybe
Alpa's held it somehow.
Oh, my word.
If we're getting frustrated, he's losing ground.
Oh, he's in the back of it. Must have done.
He's alright though, I think. There's no damage, but Fallen's making a move.
No, he's got damage, he must have done. I saw some...
Tried to get back up the inside of Fallen, got himself some contact there for his trouble, and he's lost a lot of ground there. And it doesn't look like he's got any damage, you know. Oh yeah,
Yes,
front left end plate. Front left end plate. And in all of that, we missed the change for the lead. I don't know if Thomas has made a mistake to allow Thomas through.
I think he has. If he's that far
Yeah, the gap would indicate, unless it's actually wet now. DRS is still enabled, so if it's just getting to that point. And we'll soon see. Look at this. The car we're on board with, the Ferrari, struggling for turning, whereas if we move up to the Mercedes, still gripping well. The setup's completely different.
I'll tell you what, battle for 5th down is fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Eloy Mark, though, now the next man to join this foray. And then the two McLarens, 9th and 10th. Let's not count them out. Two spell, of course, king of no penalties.
And we all thought he got one last week. Got over moves. Go.
Mark going down the inside of Dan. Dan will hold it and squeeze him. Fairly aggressive but fair. Yeah. Mark's going to have the drive though.
I don't think Thorne's going to pull away. I don't think Thorne's got.
Dan's going to defend the inside. Mark though might be able to hang it.
Can't though. He's got to watch for the McLaren.
Yeah. Two spell. Looking racy. DRS disabled. This is where the wet setups will come into their own. Thomas has a 1.5 second lead now over his namesake, which would indicate just that. And look who's in 3rd place, hunting down the leaders.
Here he comes.
The wetter it gets, the faster that man will be in that Renault. And the spray is starting to kick up as well now. Visibility difficult.
I think Mark may look for a move this time. Thought about it, maybe not.
Not quite. It's going to be even more difficult now for a move without DRS assistance.
Chop to the inside.
Yeah. And he's going to try it, but
he's trying to slow that thing down. Twitching the rear end.
Yeah.
Braking.
To slam all on. Now without the DRS to close in, Dan might start to drop away. Fallen though in a really good P5. Looking good for him.
Going strong, and actually I think just starting to make inroads into Jamie.
We'll keep an eye on it. 2.3 the current gap.
I'll tell you what, he's hanging on for this dear life. Mark got a pass, then he defended again. Should then get him this time round.
Well, you say that. No DRS, of course, and that Red Bull faster in a straight line.
Oh, Broden's run wide. Very wide.
Mark twitchy on the exit. It's going to give Dan a quick reprieve.
See if Lewis can catch up to the back of this pack. It's now gone from 5th to 10th to now possibly 5th to 12th. He can join them.
Right then, meanwhile, gap at the front. Thomas now 2.5 seconds away at the front of the pack. Donamo closing to within a second of the Ferrari of Thomas in 2nd place. We're still on board with Mark though as he chases down Dan Robbo for P7. He can see the two Williams ahead pulling away. He needs to clear the stricken Red Bull. He's going for it round the outside of Stowe. Dan says no, holds on to that position. Mark's stuck there for the time being. Meanwhile, yeah, he has, but
Charlie's looking better, you know, in the wet conditions. He's just stuck behind Jay Prentice.
That won't be for long if he's got a wet setup on. Some of these guys need to be careful about the amount of curve they're taking. It's treacherous.
Lewis has gained half a second in just one lap to the guys in front of him. He's going to be at the back of these soon. Ford's still making inroads to the back of Jamie. 1.7 seconds the gap is now.
Donamo down to 0.8 to 2nd place Thomas, who is in turn 3 seconds nearly off the back of the lead. The more rain that comes down,
Will we see wets? When is the point?
well, it's into heavy rain now. I don't think we're too far away. I reckon by the time we get to lap 20, if it's going to happen, it will have happened.
Mark went wide to try and get a better run.
Let's jump back to this battle then. On board with Mark. See, he's lacking in straight line speed, which is what you need in the wet. You're not going to be able to get people in the corners unless you can get up close to them.
Back of these guys, Lewis closing in, Charlie's still stuck behind the Ferrari.
The thing is, Dan will not. Oh, good run from Mark this time, but look, that Red Bull is a rocket in a straight line. Mark giving it everything. He's going to try down the inside into Stowe. This could be it. He's gone for it. Can he hold the apex? Yes, he can. That's Mark up into P7. Dan drops down to 8, and he's going to come in and stop. As all the leaders are. This could be it. This could be the change for wets. Yep.
Yeah, there is. And
both Thomases onto wets.
Well.
So the men that have stayed out, Arbar with his wing damage, that's team play from him, allowing Fallen to take that stop. And Mark as well.
Held up so badly.
New wing for Dan. Could be a big loss though there for him. He's going to get held himself. And now he's away. Let's keep an eye then. So Arbar stayed out. Mark stayed out. Profotis stayed out. Crowan stayed out.
Dan's lost so much time. Dan's 14th. He's lost 5 places.
Yeah, but he's got himself a new wing and he's on the faster tyre. So
anyway, Mark is closing on the back of Arbar once he's now been released.
Yep.
With that truck damage still.
But Mark, he won't be able to get past. It took him so long to get past Dan, and Arbar is the quicker car, as we saw. He was pulling away. Oh, yes, Lars. Thank you for subscribing with your Twitch Prime account. We love to see it.
Oh, legends.
Lars and Robert both in supporting Thomas. Away we go. Friends of his from the Netherlands. Mark struggling with put the power down though behind Arbar. Can he get another move in before they have to stop? The rain now is torrential. This is worse than it was at any point yesterday.
Thomas has got past Crowan. Yeah, it wasn't bad yesterday.
That's Thomas. He's got past Crowan. So has a pit stop in hand over Crowan.
Aaron said there's no worse than being behind these 2 people in the wet. It's you and Dan.
Where's he put that?
The double danger dance.
You know you love it, Dave. You love a challenge. So Thomas retakes the lead then with his namesake in the Ferrari in 2nd place. But who will come out 3rd? Arbar is still in the box. Mark gets ahead of him with the wing change. Donamo will keep 3rd. Fallen will take 4th.
Arbar is... Now, who's he going to be out by? He's going to be out the likes of Charlie and Dan, maybe?
The big one will be whether or not he's going to be fighting with Dan, who's got back ahead, pitting that lap earlier. Saved him a lot of time, but he's getting down into the back of Charlie, struggling on entry there. Car did not want to grip and turn in. This will be it though now to the end, unless the rain eases off, which we can see on board. It's not. It's going to be a drag race. Crowan's got it at the moment. Who's going to be braver on the brakes? Jay Prentice slings it to the inside. Crowan tucks in, hoping to switch back. He's going to have to hang it round here and get a good drive off, but drifts onto that greasy outer line. And that's the position to Jay Prentice.
Charlie 3 seconds, cut the inside of the cops. Very tentative.
Wow. Dracer in P14, usually a master of the wet conditions, but he struggled today.
Hopefully this is very shine through now.
No, he's struggling through Maggots and Beckett's behind Arbar. I think he gambled on a dry setup and it's not gone well for him. Donamo, 10 seconds, that's at Vale. He can have that investigated. Whether it'll be removed or not is yet to be seen. Mark, though, has come out... Did he come out behind too, Spell?
Yes, he did. I believe so. So I'm just having a quick look through penalties and see what's... Dono had to... Yeah, serve a 5-second stop go, so that's why he was where he was.
And had a wing change as well. That's massive time lost in the pits for him.
Dan's just picked up 3 seconds. That's behind Charlie. Charlie dropping off.
Yeah.
Racer.
See Dan having the... Thank you, Varamir. Donamo closing in on the lead, 2/10 a lap at the moment. So, according to that, by the end of the race, he's not going to be quite there, so he needs to pick up the pace if he wants to have a chance of winning.
Falling on for a podium here.
He is, you know. Yeah, falling on for his first COS podium.
Got that 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be removed, but it's going to be applied in the game, so falling at the moment will be on the podium.
He would indeed. Main battle's on track at the moment. We've got... Oh, Dan's made a mistake behind Charlie. It's allowed Jay Prentice within striking distance.
And Crowan.
Yeah, and he's pulling Crowan along with him.
That's the thing though, you look at the gaps, these guys down in 14th, 15th, 16th, Rosa as well, they're not massively far off the points.
No, they're not.
There's an incident where there's a few mistakes further up,
and Jay Prentice has made a move on Dan.
Dan's in again.
And he's got him. Oh, Dan's in again. Has he got wing damage again? Oh, he's retired. I wonder if he's got wing damage again. We'll stay on board. Yeah, I mean he lost a lot of ground.
Not one often to retire.
Yeah, he got wing damage again. No, he will give everything he's got until the final song is sung, but he felt that his race was run for today.
Mark's still stuck behind Wizard, who's now catching it on Wiseyboy.
No, I think Arp's right. I think this could be all she wrote in terms of position changes for the time being. It's going to be a battle for penalties and keeping close to the guys ahead of you, unless, like he says, we get a safety car.
Left the session.
Third place man has gone.
And he's losing so much time.
He is, but look who this moves into third place. Fallen in the Williams will take third, and he's on for his first Contest of Speed podium. All he has to do is keep it clean for the rest of the race. He's still pulling away from Jamie in fifth, who we know has penalties. The drama here at Silverstone. And then from the early plaudits of Wiseyboy saying that, or us being told though, that Wiseyboy had great pace here. He's not quite lived up to that just yet. There is still a chance. He's got clean air now.
It'll be his second podium.
Where did he get the first? Did I miss it?
Bahrain Season 3 in Tier 2 on here, he's got a podium. Just had a quick look.
Fair play. My mistake then. A fallen second podium. Donamo is back though. Let's wait and see when he jumps back in the car. See if the guy can get himself back into the car. We hope he can. Knowing his pace, there is still chance for him to push on and actually salvage something from this race. There we go, he's back in control.
3 seconds. Jamie's got a lot of penalties. 3, lots of penalties, for 9. I know we know he's got 10, but that's to be debated. Wiseboy hasn't got any. The Wizard, fun enough, hasn't got any. Mark's not got any either. Lewis hasn't got any. It's all down to driver skill.
Yep, keeping it on the island. Robert thinks that Thomas, away we go, has it in the bag unless there's a safety car. I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing about myself last night, Robert, and the safety car appeared. Yeah, it was about now. The safety car appeared, so Thomas won't be. He won't be resigning himself to victory just yet. All it takes is one mistake from the guys behind. We're watching Mark now as he chases down the two-spell wizard. Crowan and Jay Prentice continue their battle as well down there. Dracer making moves through the field, closing in on Arbar in P12 at the moment.
I'll tell you what, that's been a 20 lap battle that has between those two.
Yeah.
Nothing
yeah, it has.
to separate.
No. Mark just lacking in straight line speed to be able to close up to Wizard and get the job done.
Rowan's just about sneaking onto the back of Lewis.
Yeah.
Very slowly.
Both guys pushing, both low on ERS at the moment.
Rowan done the fuel as well.
Yeah. So 6 laps to go then as Thomas crosses the line for the next time around. Has on the podium.
Yep.
With a Racing Point in 4th. Roz has just done the same as his teammate at Vale.
It's a weird corner, that one.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I've never managed to get a 10-second penalty there, but I know obviously it's possible. Fruitful's in the chat saying the Merc Party are rooting for Fallen to get himself on the podium.
He's there.
He is at the moment, he's doing well. So thank you all for joining us this evening. 40 viewers in the stream at the moment. We love that you are enjoying yourselves enough to stay and watch these guys race. What we do is of course for fun. We love what we do and we hope we can enjoy that with you. If you want to support us, feel free. Make sure you hit follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Twitter at cos_f1, and if you fancy it, head over to the merch store and grab yourself a hoodie or a t-shirt, or even a beanbag if you fancy one. We can indeed, Claudio. Position change, there we go. Big winners are Fallen up 13 places. Jamie up 6, and then Roland up 5. Big losers, Rosa down 8, Arbar the same, 2-spell down 5.
We're just waiting. We just got into that little lull. We're just waiting. Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think pick 6 is going to provide that.
Fingers crossed. 2 guys closing in on Wisey Boy. If he holds up the wizard, that could bring Mark into play. Both McLarens on the move actually at this late stage. Roland closing in on Lewis still. Charlie again closing in on Dracer as well, who's dropped away from Arbar.
Oh, in fact, he's nearly pushing Dracer through the corner.
Let's jump across to it. Charlie bouncing around, struggling under braking, drifting that car through Brooklands.
Tell you what, Dynamo's, he's not quite caught up on the back of Jamie's getting closer.
2-spell on Wisey Boy could be one to watch out for. Through Maggots and Beckett's, we know how quick the Wizard's car is in a straight line.
I'll tell you what, our bar's now caught up to the back of Lewis and Profolis in front of him.
That could be a nice 3-way battle for P9 as well. All of them penalty free, as I am aware.
Double check. Arbar's got a penalty.
Ooh.
So we'll have to get past them and escape.
I'm not sure he'll have time to do that. 4 laps to go then as they come across the line this time around. Normally these races are draining, to say the least, even though they are only 50%, but these in the wet take it to a whole new level. Especially when you're driving.
Jamie's run wide. Just took a drink and Jamie's run wide.
Yeah.
The DS complex.
He has, and that's allowed Don Ammo back into 4th place.
Now then, he's released the hound.
Fallen 6 seconds up the road. I don't think he's going to have time to reel that in.
He'll give it a good go.
He certainly will, and then penalties applied as well. I think it's too far for him to go. Even for a man of his wet weather driving capabilities, that's pretty tough going. Arba on the back of Roland now. Going to drop away as they come out of Luffield. Arba got a little bit twitchy on the exit there. Fastest lap according to Blaze. At the moment it's Thomas in the Ferrari, 31.363. No one's going to be beating that, of course, in these conditions. So unless we get a very, very hot sun up here and dries this track up.
Arba's lost a lot of time.
Yeah, he has. He had a rough Maggots and Beckett's.
And then he's cruised straight back up again.
Yeah, a good exit on the hanger straight. Rough first couple of corners, but
Charlie on Dracer.
He's looking for it into Vale. Gets the penalty though. Can probably get that looked at. Hasn't gained anything from it. That is a harsh penalty though. 10 seconds for that. I know we're on strict corner cutting, but that is extreme. See.
Skipped it, was just by himself.
He's enjoying himself down there, isn't he? It's a really unfortunate race for him. He says he's had good pace. He's been having some good practices, he has, but
Lost out on the pit stops though, a couple.
Yeah, had a couple of spins as well, didn't he? So
good experience actually for actually these guys. We're not often racing the wet, so.
Despite the Robert's asking, does Fallen have a penalty? No, I think he's clean, isn't he?
He's got 2 warnings though.
2 warnings. Okay, so 1 warning away.
Got 2 warnings, so.
Yeah. I think if anything's going to happen, we could see a move from Mark here on the Wizard into Stowe. I don't think he's close enough.
Straight line.
No. It's going to be this battle for 6th. This is where anything's going to happen. Saying that though, Arba on Profoda's not quite close enough still.
Just got away from
Oh, never mind though, Crowing on Prentice, side by side into Stowe.
For I think their 5th overtake of the race so far between them. He's going to get him back in.
Crowan's going to have to go around the outside of Vale to make it stick. He's gone deep. So is Prentice though. Elbows out between the two.
Still there.
Great battle for them.
Jamie, 3 seconds, that's another one.
That is one of his very few downfalls.
It could drop him out the points.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it could. Mark and Wizard and Wisey Boy still so close together.
They're all corner cutting penalties, that's 12 seconds. He's going to be close.
Yeah. We could see the Wizard jump to 4th here.
Oh, by the way, 9th down has got very interesting. They're all quite up with each other.
Good, yeah, they have. Good point. Lewis with a train forming behind him.
Tracer was 2 seconds a lap or two ago, and he's pretty much just hanging on. I can't see Mark getting past Willie, he's just not quick enough in the straight line. That's set up.
No, I think no, you're right.
I think Wisey Boy have got them covered. Last lap.
Maybe. Thomas moves across the line, starts the final lap. We'll jump to him when he comes towards the finish. He does indeed. He's past Roland. Dropping the McLaren out of the points. Roland, big lock up into Vale, runs deep.
Jay Prentice and Crowan for the 6th time.
And Crowan forced wide at Stowe. We'll have a look down the inside of Vale. And Crowan's been pushed onto the inside of Vale.
Maybe switch back.
He's going for it through the final corner. Squeezes the Ferrari wide. Crowan then with the drive. Can he keep it? Oh, contact between the two, but they both keep it on the island.
Charlie, Dracer's swapped. Dracer's got front wing damage. Has he run into the back of someone? Has he made contact? We missed it.
We did. Crowan swoops through. Prentice looked up the inside, but couldn't make it move. Couldn't get it where he wanted it, and that's going to give Crowan a big chunk of breathing room.
Followed us round the track.
Meanwhile, Mark, the closest he's ever been as they head towards Maggots and Beckett's. I don't want to leave this battle, but we're going to have to in a minute to see our winner. I think if Mark's going to do it, it's going to have to be this time down the hangar straight, and we're going to have to come away at the worst possible time.
It's getting closer.
Jump across then. Thomas, away we go. Wins at Silverstone to take his next win in Tier 2. Jumping back down then to Mark and the Wizard. He couldn't get it done. Fallen jumps to second place. Thomas in third. Donamo fourth. Jamie jumps ahead of Donamo. But now we wait for these next couple of guys. Wisey Boy comes through, crosses the line, jumps to fourth. Wizard to fifth. Jamie in sixth. Mark drops to seventh. Donamo down in eighth with that 10-second penalty. Ninth now. Arbar in 10th. Profodes jumps them both. Crow and I have no doubts will be penalty free, but he's a long way back, with the exception of his 10 seconds.
Oh, Jay Prentice comes out on top.
Only just.
Yeah, only just in there.
And Rosa will be the last man across the line to round off this British Grand Prix. Yeah, Faxon, I forgot which win it was, so I thought rather than guess a number. Latest win, we'll go with that. So there we have it. From an all-British podium yesterday, we have 2 Dutchmen and a Frenchman on the steps tonight. And 2 of them are called Thomas.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought it?
I think the driver of the day is pretty unanimous.
I think you're right. Everyone so far has voted for him, and I have no qualms whatsoever with giving him that title. Fallen is your driver of the day, and he has a Wizard Award to boot. So, top 3, as we've mentioned, Wisey Boy finished in P4 with the 2 Spell Wizards behind him in 5th. Jamie dropped to 6th with his penalties. Mark's 3 seconds costing him dearly at the end of that race would have put him right behind Wizard if he hadn't got those 3 seconds. Lewis in 8th, Profodes in 9th, and Donamo down in 10th place.
Not Hubbard, Dracer, Charlie, Prentice, Crow, and Rosa.
So, Matt, can you do the honours and invite those 3 podium finishers to the party for a bit of a chat? If you've got any questions you want us to put to those guys, make sure you get them into the stream chat now, and we will put them to them. And as has become customary, we have the winner's car on the podium, which will be the Mercedes for Thomas.
Didn't really see much of, but
No, little airtime. Just while you're doing that, Matt, I'm going to readjust my audio so that we'll be able to hear all the voices that we need to hear. So while we're waiting for those guys to join, I'll do my plugs one last time, and then we can round off later on as well. If you want to watch some more Contest of Speed, any classic races that we've done, or any new stuff that we finish on Twitch, we upload to YouTube. So if you want to head over there, that's youtube.com/Contest of Speed. You can watch that back. If you want to watch some more live races that we have had tonight, you can follow us on Twitch and get notified whenever we go live. You can subscribe as well if you're feeling generous. We very much appreciate your support. You can tune in again tomorrow night at 10 PM in the UK and 2 AM in the UK for Tier 1 and AM Tier 2. And you can tune in again on Thursday. Fallen is here.
Yep.
cool. Another one joins as well.
Let's see, are we going to get all three?
I don't think Thomas.
No, he rarely did with Tier 3, didn't he? So we'll crack on them.
Shine division.
Come on, we won't make him wait. Fallen, second podium for Contest of Speed.
Yes.
That must feel good though, right?
Really good. This is beautiful. The race was incredible. I'm happy because I chose the good setup. I chose a wet setup just before the quali. And well, it works. It worked. So I'm really happy.
Fair play. Well, you've definitely got the support of the chat on your side. Everyone was rooting for you. As soon as we saw you creeping up, we're like, come on, Fallen. Yeah.
That's great. That's really great.
You got driver of the day as well. Unanimous vote from everybody in there.
Good news. Good news.
So, congratulations for that. Hopefully, we'll see you up here again at some point soon.
Yeah, I hope so. But I would like to thank my teammates because Abba was incredible too. He let me pass when I had a better pace compared to him. So thank you, Ray.
How about playing the team game well? That's what we like to see. But, congratulations, mate. Second place and a brilliant drive from way down on the grid. Winner again, Thomas.
Yes, lads. Yes, lads.
We've got Lars and Robert in the chat as well. They were supporting you all the way.
Oh, get in, lads. Get in.
Yeah. The only wavering they had was when Fallen was behind you, and they wanted him to get on the podium, but not overtake you, obviously.
Yeah, fair enough. I wanted Fallen to get a podium as well, so I had he got P2. He's the console speed OG, so it's good to see him back up there again.
Thank you.
Yeah, both of you guys from Season 1 actually. Before me and Matt arrived.
100%.
Only guys to be here from the start. Still, and Roland, of course.
And Roland, the captain.
Yeah, the captain. Oh, Jordan as well. Can't forget Jordan.
Can't forget Jordan, of course.
Loves a little bit.
Yeah, he does. So, how was that race for you once you got out front, Thomas? Was it just a case of bringing it home?
Yeah, it was the case. I struggled a little bit with overtaking Thomas because he had some good straight line speed, so I had to do it somewhere else. And I tried to do it into Stowe, forced him a little bit wide, and I was close enough to maybe even thinking about getting on the start-finish straight, but he ran deep up into turn 3. So then I decided to sort of do a switch back into turn 4, and he just said to me that he didn't expect it. He left me the room onto the straight, and then I had it covered because it still allowed me to get DRS even though we were on Inter, so it was really strange. But yeah, after that I knew that I'm at 5 seconds, and I knew I had to pace over Thomas, so it was just a case of pulling away, and after that controlling the race, picked up one silly warning to not get the Golden Wizard award, but other than that I'm happy with my race.
Yeah. So you got the luck that I didn't last night, and no safety car to pull you back in. And,
Oh yeah, 100%.
yeah,
If Steve came out on the wets, then it would have been a glory because I felt confident, but I saw that Fallen and Dynamo were quicker at some point. So yeah, I'm glad it didn't come out.
yeah. And
What's happened to Dynamo?
I got kicked out with about 5 laps to go, 5-6 laps to go. Yeah.
10-second time penalty for
Yeah, cutting that veil.
doing much.
Yeah, so he was really unlucky actually. But otherwise he would have been up there challenging you guys, I think.
Yeah, 100%. He was
Yeah.
quicker.
What setup did you go for, Thomas? Was it full wet or did you go for a sort of hybrid?
Yeah, sort of hybrid because it actually was. You get like those 3 kind of scenarios during the race, and the first one was overcast, and the second one was light rain. And even on like getting your setup for the race, it said like as soon as we had to stop for mediums, it was expected to rain, and then Lewis said on the formation lap it was raining. So I expected it to last a little bit longer to dry. Well, yeah, it worked out on the ends as well, so I didn't go full wet, but it worked, so it's good.
Yeah. Good stuff. Well, congratulations guys, well done on your podium finishes. I've no doubt we'll see you again soon. Fallen definitely making yourself a fan favourite.
That's a good news. And congrats for Thomas for his
Thank you, mate.
victory.
Thank you a lot.
Stuff. So all that remains then is to round off the stream for tonight. Thank you all very much for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed yourselves this evening, and we hope you will join us again next week for some more Tier 2 action. As I was saying when these guys joined, if you want to watch some more COS action, you can either head over to our YouTube channel and watch it there, or you can watch it live on Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday nights at 10 PM in the UK. Thursday morning at 2 AM in the UK, that's 9 PM Eastern, and the same on Thursday or Friday. Thursday and Friday at 2 AM in the UK or 9 PM Eastern for the Americas tiers, and EU Elite as well on Thursday night at 9 PM in the UK. We hope we will see you all again soon. Thank you again, and good night.